about this topic, which is very close to me, and many people are asking me specifically about generative AI and how we can use it to build our career path. It can be for business, it can be for professions who want to get into data science, AI, because generative AI is a part of the AI ecosystem. And I have talked a lot about AI ecosystem. AI has been old. It is since 1956 AI is there, but generative AI is something very new, and it's very interesting. Last year there was a lot of buzz around this space, and personally, I have been a data scientist for almost 19 years, and I was focused on everything, right, related to data engineering, making sure that the data is ready for building machine learning models over it, and after that, the ML ops part. And now we have something new that has is tweaking inside this particular whole ecosystem and is changing the way every one of us work. So in this topic, and I'm going to cover three major areas of this particular thing. We are going to talk about the roadmaps. Uh, if people are not speaking, can you please be on mute for, let me just talk for half an hour, and then I'll open for questions. Cool. Let me just do the security thing right now. So because I don't want to get disturbed till I speak, and I will take up questions. I will take questions at the end, as Patrick mentioned, and we are going to take questions and suggestions from the community if there are any doubts. But let me just go about it. And one thing that in this ecosystem, I'm going to do a full screen mode if for people to look around. Okay, cool. This is also fine. And the importance of Python, and this is why I'm stretching about the importance of Python, because this language is a English for generative AI. So you can use Python to do a lot of things in generative AI, and if you know Python, it is going to be very, very helpful. Can you guys be on mute? SMRC? Okay, let me make him on mute. Cool. So these are the three major sectors that I'm going to focus upon. So generative AI, one is for data scientists. When I say data scientists, people who are using it to understand completely end to end, right? How they can use generative AI as a data scientist. So these are the hardcore people who know in and out about everything which I'm going to talk about, specifically about generative AI. Right now in this particular presentation, minded, I'm not talking about data science, I'm not talking about data engineering, data analyst, all those things are at the side. I am just talking about generative AI career, people who want to, because this is in demand. We all know that this particular area is in demand. There are a lot of opportunities coming in this area, not only as jobs, as businesses, as freelancing opportunities, as gigs, and everything that is there. So these are the three things. One is for data scientists. Many people right now are also, when I say software developers, majority of the people in the industry are somewhat related to doing software developer, right? We have, it is a huge corpus of people. Data science is not that huge compared to the software developers. But now how can software developers who know a little bit of Java, who know a little bit of any programming language, but they are not into maths and statistics, and how they can use generative AI. So this is the second one, because they don't need to know. They don't need to know statistics, maths, and all this. I'm going to talk about that in details. And then we have the most interesting part, which I tell every one of you in the call, at least you should take the third step, generative AI for business and non-coders. At least you should, this is the first step. If people are like having questions, should I learn about it? Should I not learn about it? So the first step for the confused people is the third one. At least understand what is generative AI for business and non-coders. Once you understand the how it works properly, and it is very fascinating. I'm telling you, it's very, very fascinating. You already are using Chat GPT and other tools. How great it would be if you can also customize it according to your own data. And everyone of here, I'm sure you also want to get into the first or the second one, but the third one is also good. At least you are a business user, you don't want to do coding, you don't have the time to do coding, then you can take the third path. So now coming to the first path, when I'm talking about for data scientists, the first path is where these are some of the steps that you need to do, the roadmaps. Python, at programming is very, very important. So in my resources that I have for beginners, I have a mini basic Python course in our uh, YouTube playlist. I have created a YouTube playlist for mini course basic Python for people who are very new to Python. In step to step, there are around 11 videos. This is for beginners who don't have who are not members of our AI guild community, or who don't want to do it for free. This is one option that is there. For beginner level, you can use this playlist. I have created very specific for AI and data science. There are a lot of other things as well in the YouTube, but they are focused on software development and all those things, which you don't need to go in too much details. So the first step is Python, and now coming to this is the first course, the first level, and the second level is basic Python for AI and data jobs, and advanced Python. So there are two type of Python. One is mini will give you an idea about what are the things that are there. Practice, you have to keep practicing, and in our guild community there are two main courses. One is basic Python, which you need to know, like all the basic data types, structures, control flow, functions, how to use everything together, and also some advanced functions like lambda, map, and all those things. After that, you need to know advanced Python for data science, specifically like NumPy, pandas, and all those things, that is going to help you to do some of the advanced things that is required. Python for data science and AI is a little bit different for Python for software engineering. So minded, you should, even if you're not taking through our academy or through our guild, but you should look into areas where it is only focused on data science. Because if you start learning Python for software developing or web programming, and it is a completely different area. Once you are okay in Python, you spend around 1 to 1.5 months, depending upon the time. So 1 month if you're giving properly, if you're giving time. If not, it can expand, but have a target, at least give 10 hours a day and do this particular stuff. Then you have this is for the data scientist, right? You need to understand basic MLP, basic machine learning language, and NLP. When I say NLP, basic NLP, NLP is a huge topic. I have a course in my academy, not in the guild as of now, on natural language processing, but it is little bit detailed. It is like people who want to build applications in NLP pre-generative AI. So NLP pre-generative AI is very complicated, but post-generative AI NLP has become very easy because of these large language models that are available. You don't need to do so much coding. You don't need to build so many rules like we used to build. I used to do NLP projects for 3-4 months of coding, around 1,000 lines of code to do one NLP project 10, 11 years back. But now the same project can be done within 20 to 30 lines of code, thanks to our generative AI and LLM. So post generative AI NLP has really changed. So I have not yet created the post generative AI NLP code. That's why, and as Patrick was mentioning, next to 2024, the whole roadmap that I am showing you guys, my plan is to build some course materials around this plan, because our focus is generative AI. One of my mentors, 1.5 years back, before even Chat GPT was announced, told me, because I started my startup. Sadia was there with me that time, so I started my startup and I was focusing on general data science. But she told me that generative AI is the future. This is 1.5 months back, and I did not know that much of generative AI. It was a very new thing. LLMs were just coming up. It was not open to public. Then I started learning about it at that time, before even Chat GPT came. So it was very interesting. There were languages before Chat GPT, that was GPT, Bard, Transformers, and all those things, which was a building block of generative AI. And I have seen the industry in 10, 11 years since I was working in these NLP type of projects, and how it has changed. And personally, I really believe that this is the future. It is going to change the way we build projects. We write, we talk to the machines, build a wrapper over all these projects that are there. And we are going to, in our community also, we are going to create specific in courses that are post generative AI for NLP. and you can also learn from YouTube, but don't go in too much details about the TFI, FDA, word to vec embeddings, how the embedding works. You don't need to know so much mathematical, but you just need to know the terminology, which I will surely by the next quarter we are going to have something in this space. I'm already making a plan for this right now, and I'm going to talk about the plans in the next slide. So now, then we have the deep learning. We all know that generative AI is based upon transformers. Transformers is based upon deep learning. So this is the way it goes. That the and deep learning is based on machine learning, and this is the way it goes. So deep learning is also important. You need to understand what is ANN, what is neural networks, what are parameters, what are weights, what are biases, and all those things that are there. This is very, very important for you to understand how does the LLM get trained, how does the neural network get, because at the end of the day, LLMs are hyper neural networks, millions and billions of neural networks together. Okay. Vajdi is telling good day. Yeah, I will take questions. Just give me 20-25 minutes. I want to have a flow, and then this slide I'm also going to share with the community in details. And everything that I'm telling you right now, you can learn about it right now from other sources. Why I'm not putting the source here? I don't have anything specific to post generative AI, which that's why. But I have some of this in my academy, and it is very much in detail, and you don't need to learn the mathematics right now about these things, because it will take a lot of time to get into the mathematics. Then you have the advanced NLP concepts like RNN, LSTM, transformers, the transformers that I was telling you, how does transformer works, encoders, decoders, and everything, and some practical examples you should understand, and project-based learning resources that are there. And we are going to do something in that space also in the advanced NLP. We have already done few workshops, but not too much in technical, but we are planning to do more for advanced NLP concepts as well. Now, this is this is not even generative AI. These concepts till deep learning and advanced NLP are the prerequisites for you to understand about generative AI. So now when I talk about generative AI models like GPT-4, Google Palm, we need to understand these models first. When I say models, mostly it is called large language models that are there. So now we have multimodal that is which take images also in with respect images and video, and that is why in the last 1-2 weeks you all are seeing I'm really very much heavily focused on Gemini. We have done more than 4 workshops on Gemini in the community with partnership with other collaborators, and also I am personally very bullish. I was just talking in the morning with Mohammad Yasir. I think Mohammad Yasir, I saw him in the call here. I think he's here. So we were discussing, we had a 1.5 hours call, and we were discussing about, because he's also working a lot in these areas. He's doing a lot of research work. And personally, I don't spend a lot of time in the technologies that are not great for the community, for the learners community. We have a lot of models, right? We have a lot of models that keep coming up, but I only focus on things that are a little bit different. And Gemini, Google's model, which I'm going to talk about, is very good because not only it is helping in the text work, but also in the images and the videos. And the best part is it is free for everyone to use. In our workshops that we do, what happens, and it is a live example because we have done 28 workshops till now in our community. And when we do a workshop, many learners don't have an open AI API key. The reason is because first they need to pay money for that. They need to put their credit card details, and many people don't want to do that, specifically for learning purposes. And some of them, they don't have the open AI API key, and they cannot follow along the workshops. So that is why, as a strategy, what we are planning to do in the coming future, things that can be replaced by Gemini, we will try to do workshops using Gemini. That is a thought. Let us see, because some of the things cannot still be replaced by OpenAI API. So whatever can be replaced, we will use Gemini, because Gemini is a good alternative, and it is free to use. Everyone, whoever has a Google account, they can just get the Gemini API key in 5 minutes and use it in their project. So this is what is the first part. in our academy, I have very much focused on this particular course, Generative AI Chat GPT for Business. When I say generative AI Chat GPT for business, because this is for non-coders, also for everyone to understand what is the generative AI landscape. This course is the first step that everyone, technical, non-technical, software developer, data scientist, or business people should do it. And this is part of the guild community. Then we have the prompt engineering for developers. So this is for people who want to play around with the prompts, uh, templates, output parsers, chains, and all those things. This is the thing that is that you can use here. And still now we have not. Okay, I think this is two slides. So I'm sorry for that. Okay, so now we have this one is the prompt engineering concepts is important for us to understand, which I told you right now. Then we have our frameworks. So as we all know about LangChain, I know many of you have heard about LangChain in this group, and I was heavily invested on LangChain 3 to 4 months back. If you remember, we have as a community done 6 workshops on LangChain, and it was a very good learning for me as well. I learned LangChain while preparing workshop for the community, and after that I created a course over it and I have put it across. And as you all know, LangChain is less than 1 year old. It is less than 1 year old, and it is very, very powerful framework. And I have created a course, and the new courses that I have created, and I'm just telling you a caveat, I'm improving it every week. I'm adding new videos. I'm making it better. And made better edits. So it is, everything is work in progress. The previous courses that I showed you is the basic courses are as it is because that has been developed before. But the new courses I am keep on adding. So if you see my updates on the community, I keep adding videos and I keep telling about it in the community. So whatever we are doing, it's a very dynamic community. And I'm working. This is my full-time job. So I am working 16 by 7, or even in a holiday season today, a whole day I was working and preparing for this particular uh, for the workshops, for the courses, and even for this particular talk. And then we have, as I was telling you, multimodal. When I say multimodal, Gemini, the images. If you guys have seen, I had put a video in the community around 1 hour back while I was developing for my course, how I built a image recognition application using Gemini. So I published that video in the community in the WhatsApp. If you guys are part of it, you can have a look. So till now, these things if you are doing, for this is a good path for uh, data scientists. And now the extra things that are there, vector databases and vector stores. So I have talked about this also in our workshops where we have used ChromaDB and FAISS and build applications over this. So this is important. So whenever you're using PDFs, right, retrieval augmented generation, when you're using PDFs and all those things, you are using vector stores and vector databases, which I have covered in this particular which is this particular path. Then we have how you can deploy LLM projects. You have built a wonderful LLM project. You have taken 1 week and build a wonderful project, but it is useless unless you don't deploy it. So you have to learn how to deploy it in platforms like AWS, Azure. Right now, I am really bullish on Hugging Face Spaces because it does not cost anything, and it's a good habit to put your projects over there. And I have also shared some videos in the community and in my YouTube channel how to do that for Gemini application models. So this is done for data scientists. So once you deploy LLM project, I have covered you. If you follow this roadmap, you are good to go. And this takes around 3 months. You are good to go for generative AI for data scientists, and you can start building your own projects and take gigs and from Fiverr, or even build a portfolio and start applying for jobs. The second one is for software developers, right? Who don't, this is an area who don't want to go deep into ML and DL. When I say DL, deep learning. So Python is a must. They should, whatever language they have studied, they have to polish their Python programming. They have to polish their Python programming. So this is very, very important because this is the language of the AI. Java, JavaScript, not so much. So, and if you know any programming language, Python is the easiest to learn. So this is a good news for all the software developers in the call. You can learn Python very quickly if you are there. Then Same thing, you need to know about generative AI. You need to know about generative AI, how it works, models, what are the resources. Go through this course that I again showed you, generative AI for business. Learn about prompt engineering for developers. So here you see, I did not talk about any NLP, any DL. Directly, you can move to generative AI. Uh, for business, do prompt engineering, do the concepts, then master LangChain, master multimodal, learn a little bit about vector databases, but you have, because you need to chunks, we call it chunks, you need to divide the document into chunks, put it, use any vector DB like Chroma DB, FISS, and start working along with this. Then you need to uh, deploy it. Sorry, after this, sorry, I'm rushing up. Then we need to deploy the LLM project, and the same thing that is there, because end of the day you have to think about end to end. This is very very important. And then we have the, for non coders, for non coders it is very simple. You need to know understand generative AI for business, and there is this course that is there. So this course that is there is one of the first courses. If you go to the guild community, it is one of the first courses. I have purposely put it there. Whoever have go through this course, it is going to give you a real idea what is generative AI. And then we have this, I said, brief understanding. And for brief understanding of LLM, LangChain, and all these concepts, because as a business you should know, as a business, because you are a founder or you are a business or you want vendors to work with you, right? So you need to know basic concepts, words. That is, and one of the things, and also the this is the reason why I launched knowledge shorts. What is knowledge shorts? It is a 1 minute videos for topics, just for your revision, just for you to understand what it is. Very not non-technical, but a definition to make you understand what is LLM, what is LangChain, what is vector database. Because it is good for you to know. Because if you're in this space and if people are talking to you about LLM and you don't know what is an LLM, so that is why Knowledge Shorts is one initiative. I had promised every week I will upload 2 videos, so we are doing that. And now what we have done is, even for the specific courses that are there that I showed you here, this courses that are here, I am trying to put the knowledge shorts also for the, but uh, right now it is in process. I don't want to mix it up, but for business, I am telling you, you need to know the knowledge shorts. Even for data scientists and software developers, just for your revision, just for you to know the words properly, because there are so many terminologies. I am using it day in and day out. So for me, it is there in my brain, it is there on my lips. But for others who want to really talk the language, you need to go through this, and this is really going to help you. Responsible AI is very important, because you, as a business user, and also for the others, data scientist, software developer, you need to understand, at end of the day, this is working through randomness. There is a probability. It is non-deterministic. Whenever you ask a question, you will always get a different answer. This is non-deterministic and it is based on probability. You should know this. You should know about the ethical side. You should know that you should always cite that you are using an AI tool, or this output is from an AI tool. These are some of the responsible AI functions that you should be aware of. And then after that, using the AI tools like Chat GPT, Harper. There are a lot of tools that we have been using. ADA, Advanced Data Analysis. The last workshop which we had was a wonderful workshop. Many of you attended it, where we showed how does advanced data analysis, ADA, work. And that is also for, even for businesses who don't want to get into coding, they can use it and build, do data analysis, and build PowerPoints or summary reports and all those things. So these are some of the basic things that are there. I will just do a recap before I open the floor for questions. We covered, these are the three major paths that are there. Data scientists, because that, and who understand everything about generative AI. When I say not everything about AI, machine learning, deep learning, no, only generative AI concepts. And this is the minimum base that is there. Once you know this, you are good to at least build projects, get gigs, get a job, and after that it is a continuous learning. One thing I just wanted to reiterate, that whatever you are doing, if you are interested in this journey, AI journey, you have to have the mindset of keep learning, curiosity. I think we were talking with, I was talking with Yasir, and he is from the same city as APJ Abdul Kalam, the rocket man of India. He always told, and why one of the things that makes people intelligent is your curiosity. Why this is happening, how this is happening, and that thirst should be there in a data scientist. And that's why we call it scientist, right? You always have to keep learning. And to be honest, in my 19 years of journey, there was not even one single day where I told no more learning. It's not the case. I have seen things from SPSS, how things move from SPSS, SAS, R, uh, Python, machine learning, deep learning, and now what generative AI. And to be honest, in few years there will be no coders also. Everything will become automated. But end of the day, you should be a person who controls these things. And that is what is one thing that I will request everyone to take away from this is keep that curiosity on. Don't only have a short term target. This journey is you are being part of our community, and I always tell people don't have a short term target, have a long term target. Curiosity is one thing that is very, very important. And me and Yasir, we were discussing what we can do for the community, and he gave a suggestion, and I will also unmute the call, that we will think about how people can build projects together, like uh, in a workshop, in a physical or a online workshop, in a longer time, wherein we can help people who are one level, who have done all the basics, to come in. This is not a workshop that we deliver and do a demo, but a workshop or a hands-on where you all do for 3 2 3 hours, and we will be there will be 3 4 mentors across who can help you if there are any questions.